Time group fits into this whole picture? You've given us a lot to unpack internal documents from Lifetime Group, research on green hydrogen, even their fundraising plans.
A lot of angles there.
Definitely seems like you want to understand the business strategy behind it all, maybe even the investment potential, right?
Yeah, I think that's a smart approach. To get a company like Lifetime Group, you need to look past the hype and understand the technology and how the market works.
Absolutely. So let's jump right in with this research paper you sent. It's by a Finnish student, seems really passionate about green hydrogen and how it could be used in heavy industries, like steel making. They think it could be a real game changer when it comes to cutting down CO2 emissions.
They're onto something. Traditional steelmaking, it uses a ton of coal, which is a huge source of CO2. But green hydrogen, if it's produced the right way, could be a carbon-neutral way to make steel. This student is definitely asking the right questions.
Okay, so how exactly does this green hydrogen work? They mentioned something called electrolysis, and honestly, it sounds a bit like something out of a science fiction movie.
It's a pretty cool process, actually. Yeah. It's about using renewable energy sources like solar and wind power to split water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. That's electrolysis in simple terms. And the hydrogen produced this way is considered green because it doesn't create carbon emissions.
I see. So it's a closed loop, powered by renewables.
Yeah.
Much cleaner than what's being used now. But the student also mentioned concerns about storage and transport, leaky pipes, inefficient storage. It seems like those problems could easily offset the benefits of green hydrogen, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They've hit on a really important point. Even if you manage to produce green hydrogen, transporting it without losing a lot of it along the way is a huge challenge. The research paper talks about different storage methods, things like underground storage, and even turning hydrogen into ammonia for easier transport. But each method has its own costs and downsides, of course, and this is where Lifetime Group comes in. Their whole strategy seems to be about tackling this very problem.
That's a perfect transition because I was just getting to that. This Lifetime Group strategy document is fascinating. They're calling themselves a DWS 5 platform for intelligent industries. Bit of a mouthful.
It is a bit of a mouthful.
Where do we even begin to unpack that?
Let me break it down. Basically, Lifetime Group wants to be the go-to for digital workspace solutions. Think software, services, that sort of thing that help industries become more efficient and sustainable. Things like AI, cloud computing, robotics, and of course hydrogen is a big part of that puzzle. Their mission, they say, is to use these technologies to fight climate change. And from what I'm seeing, they're aiming to be a big player in the green steel revolution.
And it's not just about the technology itself, is it? They emphasize responsible AI consultancy and actionable AI. It's like they're aware that just throwing technology at the problem isn't enough.
I think that's really important. They're all about practical, ethical solutions. They get that green steel success isn't just about swapping coal for hydrogen. It's about doing it the right way, considering the whole picture.
Okay, but let's get into the specifics here. They mentioned this Lifetime Firehorse product line 2025. What do you think that is? Could it be related to those hydrogen transport challenges we were just talking about?
Yeah, you're probably right. It's not totally clear, but it seems like it could be their solution to the whole hydrogen storage and transport problem.
So like specialized software, maybe even hardware, to make it all work.
Exactly. Safer, more efficient, more affordable. That's what they're going for, it seems.
So they're not just talking about green steel. They're actually building the tools to make it happen. That's when it starts to get really interesting for me. Imagine a platform that helps steel makers manage their entire green hydrogen supply chain. From production to transport to use in their furnaces. That's a game changer.
And a potentially very profitable one. Lifetime's strategy seems to be about being everywhere in the green steel ecosystem. They even talk about KBR hydrogen and ammonia cracking units as a business case, which means they're thinking about real-world uses, partnering with the big players.
KBR, just for those who don't know, is a global engineering and construction company. They're huge.
Exactly. And get this, they're looking to partner with Google.
No kidding. Google?
Yeah, Google Cloud and their AI tech specifically could be massive.
This is getting big time. What do you think about that partnership?
Think of the potential. Google has the cloud computing power, the AI algorithms, global reach. Partnering with them could give Lifetime the resources and credibility to really shake things up in the steel industry.
They could use AI for everything. Optimize hydrogen production, predict leaks, even fine-tune how steel is made.
It's really just the beginning. If they're smart about this, Lifetime and Google could become the go-to for any company switching to green steel. but bold visions need solid financing. And it looks like Lifetime has some big plans on that front, too.
You're talking about their fundraising roadmap. That's where I started to wonder if this is all too good to be true. They're talking about equity, debt, venture capital, even an initial exchange offering, or IEO, for something called Sims Coin.
It's a lot to take in. They're definitely exploring every avenue for funding. This IEO, that's an interesting one. Have you ever considered cryptocurrency as an investment strategy?
I've thought about it, dabbled a little, but I'll be honest, it's still a bit of a mystery to me. What exactly is Sims Coin, and why would they go this route?
So it's basically their own cryptocurrency, a digital token that represents a stake in Lifetime Group. With the IEO, they're offering these tokens to investors for funding. It's a way to raise money directly from the public, often bypassing traditional venture capitalists.
So it's like going public, but with their own crypto coin. That's a pretty interesting move.
It is, and it shows they're not afraid to try new things, but they're also being smart about it. They're looking at other options, too. Venture capital, government grants. They even list specific firms and programs like Global Capital and Business Finland's Tempo program.
Casting a wide net. I like it. Appealing to both traditional investors and the crypto folks. So they're not putting all their eggs in one basket, which is always a good sign.
Yeah.
But what about the numbers? Do they have a valuation yet?
They do. According to Gust, which connects startups and investors, they're valued at $3.8 million USD.
Okay, so for someone interested in early-stage investing, like myself, what does that tell you? Is that a good price, or are there still too many question marks?
That's the big question, right? And there's no easy answer. Early-stage investing always has risks. You're betting on potential, on a vision, but it can also mean big rewards if it works out.
What should I be looking at then? What are the key things to consider when you're assessing Lifetime Group's investment potential?
Well, you're already on the right track. Looking into their strategy, understanding the green steel market, that's smart. Now, I'd focus on three things. First, their technology. How special is this Firehorse product line? Can they get patents? Build a competitive advantage? Second, partnerships. Google's a big fish, but who else is there? Are they making deals with steelmakers who are ready to go green? And finally, the team. Who are these Lifetime Group people? Do they have the track record, the vision, the skills to actually make this happen?
Those are really helpful points. I'm starting to see how it all fits together. This deep dive has given me a lot to think about.
It's all about giving you the tools to do your own research. Investing in green tech, it's not just about the money. It's about putting your money where your values are.
Well said. This has been an eye-opening deep dive. To our listener, thanks for coming along with us. And remember, green steel is always changing, so keep learning and keep asking those tough questions.